Well, we have breaking news. Nebraska has fired offensive line coach Donovan Raiola, and they have already hired his replacement, coming by the way of Georgia Tech. Mr. Jeep Wade will be the new offensive line coach for the Huskers. Now, at Georgia Tech, had a lot of success. A couple weeks ago, I jokingly said Nebraska ironically found their identity when Dylan Raiola went down with an injury, because running the damn ball was exactly what this team needs. We need to be a program that dominates the line of scrimmage. They control the clock, run the ball, throw it when you need to. And this is a hire that I think expresses that's where this direction is going for the offense. So at Georgia Tech, Jeep Wade's offensive line really kind of paved the way for Georgia Tech. They led the ACC in rushing in 2023. They ranked second in rushing in 2024. They also led the conference in fewest sacks allowed in both 2023 and 2024. We'll see where their numbers fall for 2025, as this is his third season at Georgia Tech, now going to Nebraska. So he had 5 Georgia Tech offensive linemen that earned all conference honors in his first 2 seasons, which is more than what Nebraska could say under their previous offensive line coach. In fact, he has, I believe, 21 all conference offensive linemen throughout his coaching career. He's put maybe 5-10 guys into the NFL from his offensive line. So a very proven offensive line coach with a track record of development on the offensive line and getting guys to the NFL, which is what we have not been able to do. And if you want to recruit at a high level, if you want to get those impact players on your offensive line, you have to have sustained and proven success about getting guys to the next level through your development. This is a hire I believe hits those marks for Nebraska. Keelan Rutledge was one of their best offensive linemen. He was a All-American actually at Georgia Tech. He became their first non-specialist All-American since 2016. That was under the tutelage of Jeep Wade. He's got 2 decades of experience coaching offensive line in the Southeast, where a lot of his recruiting ties actually are. So that'll help Nebraska continue to recruit the Southeast with Coach Addison Williams, also having ties to the Southeast. Prior to his arrival at Georgia Tech, he coached the offensive line at Appalachian State in 2022, which that year they actually won. I forget the award name. Let me see if I got it real quick. It's called the Joe Moore Award. It's an award given to an offensive line unit for being the best offensive line unit in college football. So that was a big award that him and his line won at Appalachian State. He also has an extensive experience, including stints at Georgia Southern, East Carolina, Middle Tennessee, Marshall, Chattanooga, which I believe is actually where he played offensive line at. And then, of course, UT Martin, a lot of schools in the Southeast, and then he also coached at Tennessee as well. So this is a really good hire, I think, for Nebraska, a proven hire. You know, we heard some names that if Nebraska were to go and terminate Coach Raiola, you know, maybe try and get in the ring with Sam Pittman, who was just terminated at Arkansas as their head coach, which was probably a pipe dream. John Garrison was a name we heard float around. Obviously, Nebraska ties proven success as well, but I believe he signed an extension at Ole Miss. So Jeep Wade, I'm going to be honest, I don't know a ton about him. I'm reading directly from his biography on Georgia Tech's website just to kind of get some information out for you guys. By the time we do Tuesday's live show, Justin and I will have a lot more information on Jeep Wade. Justin will probably be able to give you a little bit more of a schematic breakdown of what his teachings are on the offensive line. But I wanted to get this out so that everyone is aware. You know, Nebraska terminated Coach Raiola. They've already hired his replacement. On the surface, seems like a solid hire for Nebraska. Of course, time will tell. The big thing here, can he bring some some players from Georgia Tech with him? This is going to be a big tall tale for him. And then, of course, development-wise, I think this is exactly what you're looking for, looking just through the biography, 21 all-conference players, and All-American at Georgia Tech. So really good hire for Nebraska on the surface. Again, we'll have a more in-depth breakdown on Tuesday's live show. We will see you all then, Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central.